Okay, ladies, now that we're ready to start on our design, the first thing that we're going to do is to break apart our greens and get them ready to put into the design. You want to cut them at the stem. You can either take single pieces off or cut like this right before a break, like I did with the top of it. With the Pittosporum, it's a big stem and you don't want to lose a lot that's on here. So you kind of have to see on this one. I don't know if Cammie, my camera girl, can come in closer. There are big leaves here. Gets a little here. There's another form of big leaves. So you're going to get like 3 or 4 breaks on it. So I'm going to cut in and get it off. So see how I'm getting different breaks in here? We're really just looking for the leaves to stick out. We're not looking for it to be a standalone. And then we're going to take off the foliage that will be in the water or in the foam. So we're going to remove some of these. Got my trash can back here, bring that closer to me. Okay, so now my greens are prepped. As always, we need to make sure that our flowers are ready. So take the foliage and or thorns off of your roses. Let's get that taken care of. The purple one is going to go a little quicker because I already had that one prepped and cut. We don't need all these big leaves on our hydrangeas, so I'm taking them off too. Some instances we need them as foliage, but this time we don't. Carnations, take off and then fluff them. More foliage and fluff. We want them to look as big as we can. These guys are nice and tight. My daisy is already pretty well stripped back. So the first thing that I'm going to put in is going to be my foliage. I'm going to get my eucalyptus and tuck that into my side over here. It would be to my right because our piece is going to be higher to the left and then form down to the right. So I want my spill to be on the right side. Now with my green Pittosporum, this also comes in variegated, which perhaps we have used it before. We're going to get that to cover on the other side and across the back. So we're hiding our mechanics, we're hiding our foam. I'm going to get one in the center as well. I'm going to turn this around quickly so you can take a look. So the green pit is on the left side and the micro eucalyptus is on left, right, yes. Okay, now that I've turned it around, it has a whole new meaning. Okay, so we're spilling or falling down to our right side. The next thing that I want to put in is my green hydrangea, the mini green hydrangea. We're going to do it almost as a path coming through the center. So I'm going to get one to the back. Cutting at an angle always. If you cut at an angle, it is easier to slide your hydrangea into the foam. It's such a thick stem. And then push it in as far as you can get it. So this is going to start to cover up some of your foam as well. So we don't need as many greenery because our flowers are going to take up the space, okay? The next thing I'm going to put in is my little hypericum berries. These came in very small, but I'm going to have them kind of dancing in between the hydrangea. All right, got those 2 little pieces in there. All right, so the next thing that we're going to put in, we'll work on my carnations first. Try to see who is the most open, and that's who I want towards the front. Guessing the first one that I picked is as open as we can be. And these are going to sit on my right side. They're going to butt up against my hydrangea, but also this is called pavéing, where you're having them on top of one another and covering the foam. So these flowers here are doing the pavé job. Carnations. My daughter Cammie is my camera girl and is making sure she's getting all my angles. The next thing that I'm going to put in is going to be, I'm actually going to put in my taller roses because I want to feel my height. I'm going to leave about this much stem, probably 3 to 4 inches. Push it in about 1 inch or 2. And then this one will be a little shorter and sitting towards the front. But see how I have them leaning off to the side here? So one is taller, one is shadowing it towards the front and leaning off to the side so that it is counterbalancing our eucalyptus over here so that the weight of the arrangement will be balanced. Always want to have balance in your arrangements. All right, so now we're going to put in our roses. And they're just going to go a little deeper on this side. And this is the kind of arrangement for me. This might not look exactly like my first picture because I kind of evolve things over time. But I have stair-stepped them as well. So my spray roses are my high points, and then my peach roses are coming down in a stair-step fashion. Not right in line with one another, but kind of drawing the color over, which is causing your eye to then look over here to the right, drawing you down. Now, with the white daisies, they're just to kind of stick in here and there. You might have a hole in the front that you need to take care of. You can see your foam. Or you might want to tuck it in the back to get a little color back there. In the original one I made, I had some kind of on the side and in the front, but my carnations and my hydrangeas were bigger in this one. It had a little bit more time to soak up some water. So I'm going to put just a couple back here. And then I think I'm going to stick it over on this side again to continue that pull over to the side. With the one in the back, I'm going to have Cammie come in and take a look at what I'm doing here. You see on this piece of the pittosporum where I cut it off with my scissors, I'm going to put my daisy head down. So it's just kind of resting on that spot and covering it. That way nobody sees that we cut it off at a weird angle. The last thing that we're going to do is to put in our Midolino sticks. You know, I always have to have something fun. So it's Midolino stick time. And what we're going to be doing with the Midolino sticks, and we've done this, I'm sure, other times before, but we are doing a sheltering. So it's going to expand our arrangement, make it look better, bigger, give a nice springy look, because they're going to look like springs, like they're boinging out of the arrangement. I'm going to get one to the side here. You're just arching them in and poking them into the foam. They do, because they're made of wood, they will take up water. I'll find my way to that foam from the other side. One time I put them in an arrangement and I had them hanging long, and because it soaked up the water, they then bent all the way down because it just kept soaking it up like a straw. So we'll see how these end up. You might have them bending a little bit because of how they're reacting to the water. And then I'm going to get one over here on the end. I think I'm going to lean this one down. Always fun to push and play and adjust as you need to. Okay, ladies, this is the peach one, ready for you to do, and then we're going to go on to the purple, okay?